And welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Great to be with you. Hope you're having a good day, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Well, the news. I'm in the news. I have a nervous breakdown. Oh, my God. My Lord. Oh, no. What? We're all going to end up being medicated.
I just want to point out we're leaving next Wednesday, going to Baltimore for Expo East for Thursday and Friday. So.
Yes, we are.
You sent me this article.
Wait, just wait. Don't wait. Don't give it away. Let me see here. In 2016, 15,631,000 flights handled by the FAA. In 2016, average daily flights handled by the FAA, average daily flights, 42,700. That's a lot of flights. That's a lot of people being on planes, right? Well, I have a couple of stories to share with you that are trending about getting on these planes. We invite you always to join in the conversation. We're noticing a trend here. People are now starting to want to do that, and I want to encourage that. So I'm going to have Gary tell you how to connect here and make contact.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us, like us, and share us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition, where everything is closed captioned and archived.
Yesterday when we were on the air, we did breaking news. There was a Emirates flight from Dubai that landed in JFK, and the passengers on the plane were quarantined. About 10 people who were aboard this international flight that landed at John F. Kennedy were evaluated at a hospital and tested for respiratory illness. It was the Emirates Flight 203 out of Dubai. And they think it was probably influenza. Now, yesterday, that first report, they had like 100 people out of 500 on the plane being sick. That's what they said. And given that report, I said it might be the food. If you get 100 people on a flight out of 500 that get sick on that flight, what are you going to think? It's either something they ate, something they drank, or something they breathed. Now I find out, well, they said about 106 of the more than 500 people on the flight, which originated in Dubai, just after 9 a.m., reported symptoms like coughing, fever, or vomiting. Oh, my. That's fun flight. The passengers were screened by officials at the Centers for Disease Control, as were 9 other people at the busy airport in the borough of Queens, they said. Most of the passengers were cleared to continue traveling. Now, according to CNN report, a CDC official familiar with the situation earlier told CNN that authorities looking into the cause of the illness were considering respiratory illness such as influenza, and out of abundance of caution, Middle East respiratory syndrome. Oh, goodness. Or it's called MERS, a viral respiratory disease first identified in 2012. My goodness, these viruses are insidious. It's just amazing. So a musician turned home remodeling show star Vanilla Ice tweeted a video apparently from the plane with the caption, quote, "So I just landed from Dubai and now there is like tons of ambulances and fire trucks and police all over the place," close quote. Can you imagine the panic on the plane? People are thinking, I know my head. I'm thinking a terrorist. Somebody must have let loose some, who knows, on the plane, virus, whatever. Oh, this is crazy. They think it's influenza. Out of 500, 106. So you're telling me 500 people got on that plane, and about 106 of them were infected with influenza. I don't know about that. It could be, but boy, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to me. I could see maybe 5, 10. I get that. There were 10 who on board, they said, that were being evaluated at a hospital in New York for a respiratory illness. Okay, I get that. But 106 people got sick, according to this report from CNN. One passenger, the Vanilla Ice project host said the plane had 2 decks and the illnesses were in the lower cabin. This is one of those big jumbo planes. Vanilla Ice, by the way, whose real name is Rob Van Winkle. You can't make that up. As opposed to Rip. I didn't know that was his name.
You didn't know that?
No, that's a stupid name. That changed. No wonder he's called Vanilla Ice. I don't want to be walking around the earth. And who are you, sir? I'm Rob Van Winkle. And are you any relation to Rip? That's right. He's probably he's probably got this his whole life. I changed my name in a absolutely. No, yeah, Vanilla Ice. Yes, Mr. Ice. And how's your vanilla? Oh, my God. These stories are crazy. One passenger told CNN from the plane that people were showing signs of illness while they were in the airport at Dubai. And they let them get on the plane. These people were throwing up, coughing, God knows what. Aaron Sykes, I asked this person named Aaron Sykes, said, I asked the flight attendant for a mask before we even took off. Good for you, Aaron. But there was none available. Really? Okay. It was obvious, she said, that a large number of people were ill before we took off, and they let that plane take off. I'm sorry. No. And I haven't heard one peep about that. What would you do? You got people sitting. We've all been in these airports more than we would, more times than we have sense. Sitting there waiting in the concourse, waiting to get on the plane. And you're sitting around with all these people, and people are coughing, throwing up, sneezing, sick, being really sick, and they're going to get on the plane. Could you stop them from getting on the plane? I mean, I wonder what do you do in that situation? People were coughing the whole time. Now, some people had fevers over 100, Aaron Sykes said. They should have never been allowed to board. Oh my, this is bad news. I'll be right back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. From best I can tell, about close to 2 million people, give or take, fly domestically every day in the U.S. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of contact. That's a lot of germs on these planes. There's a story trending about the plastic airport security trays. You know, when you're standing in line and you got the bag and you got your computer in your bag or whatever, and you know where you have to take off your shoes and whatnot. That part of the flight, Okay.
The part that you guys all stare at me at.
Right. That's the part. Apparently, the highest levels of respiratory viruses at airports, are you ready? Are on those plastic trays used at the security checkpoints. This is according to a new study. Boy, the things that people study. Researchers apparently, this is, I'm giving attribution to WebMD. They took samples from a number of the surfaces at a Helsinki Vantaa Airport in Finland during the winter of 2016. And what did they find? Well, they found evidence of respiratory viruses on 10% of the surfaces. And by the way, when they ask you to take off your shoes, the floor, right? Just think about it for a second. People were standing there with their shoes on at one point, and now you take your shoes off. That floor is so germ-ridden, and now your feet are on the floor. And then you put your shoes back on. Okay? And then at some point, you're going to take those shoes off, take your socks off and whatnot, and your hand's going to get infected, right? Okay. The highest level virus levels were found on plastic trays used at the hand luggage X-ray checkpoint. But viruses were also found on shop payment terminals, staircase rails, passport checking counters, children's play area, and in the air. In other words, this is a giant experiment, and you're part of it, and you're an unwitting participant in the experiment. This is crazy. No respiratory viruses, the researchers said, were found on toilet surfaces. So you're better off to go into the bathroom, where you'd think it would really be contaminated. This study was published in British BMC Infectious Diseases on September the 4th. Here's a quote from the study. This study supports the case for improved public awareness of how viral infections spread. People can help to minimize contagion by hygienic hand washing and coughing into a handkerchief, tissue, or sleeve at all times, but especially in public places, they said. These simple precautions can help prevent pandemics and are most important in crowded areas like airports that have a high volume of people traveling to and from many different parts of the world, close quote. That was Dr. John Van Tam, a professor of health protection at the University of Nottingham in the United Kingdom. Continuing with a quote, the presence of microbes in the environment of an airport has not been controlling the spread of serious infectious diseases in the airports. The results also provide new ideas for technical improvements in airport design and refurbishment. Well, what are you going to do? I wonder what they have in their mind. Designed to, how are you going to do what? Viruses are microscopic, man. How are you going to stop? I would love to hear what innovation they have to prevent that spread of viruses at the airport. I mean, if I were in Dubai, sitting in the waiting area to get on the plane, and there are 106 people around me that are sick, some of whom are throwing up with high fever, probably look like Elmer's white glue, right? They're pasty white and sick as a dog, and they're going to get on the plane. You know what? I wouldn't get on that plane. No, thank you.
I just want to bring up, when we went to L.A., that guy sitting next to us, and we both got sick.
Yeah, that was the dude. That was the dude in the middle. I swear to you, this is true. I can sleep on a plane. I'm asleep. And then I feel this guy bumps me, and I wake up, and he gets up, and he And Gary's sitting on the end seat. I'm sitting in the window, and this dude is in the middle. He gets up, wakes me up, opens up the overhead bin, pulls out his bag. And the flight attendant's standing there, and she says to him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm going to get off the plane." She said, "You need to get back in your seat," or something, whatever that conversation. He was going to get off the plane. He thought we had landed or something. That's how sick that dude was. And this guy's sitting between me and Gary.
And we were sick the next
We got sick.
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, we got sick. I don't know what critter he was carrying, but it was virulent. He was so sick we were at 30,000 plus feet, and he's going to get off the plane. He thought we landed. Yeah. So, get protected, not infected. I don't know. You almost have to wear a hazmat suit when you get on a plane. We're going to Baltimore next week. I don't know what to do. You say, well, take a bus. Well, it's going to take even longer, and you're going to have more opportunity to get infected. Take a train. Same thing. I don't know. We'll come back.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Kate Rowan Blue is my guest today. And if you just tuned in, I was just reporting on this crazy story. Yesterday when I was on the air, we had breaking news, and I reported that there were over 100 people on an airplane from Dubai, a passenger list of about 500 people, out of which 100 plus were sick. And the plane got quarantined at John F. Kennedy, JFK Airport. And today I did a follow-up, and 10 people apparently were taken to the hospital for respiratory. They think it was influenza. So if you can picture this, you're in Dubai, you're sitting in the terminal waiting to get on the plane, and around you are 100 or more people, about 106, they said, somewhere in there, that are sick, throwing up, some throwing up, high fever, probably looked like, pretty death warmed over, not looking good, and you're going to get on the plane with them. And passenger reports said that they witnessed this, and these people were allowed to get on the plane, and they let that flight take off. This is one of those double-decker planes. There were 500 people on that airplane. I don't know. So, you have an immune. What I mean, that's so odd to have that many people sick, and at one place at one time, and get on a plane infected with a virus. That is so strange to me. I can't even get my head wrapped around that. My hypothesis yesterday, I thought people were sick from the food. But nevertheless, if you're going to travel this holiday season, get busy with your immune system now. Don't wait. It's going to take you a few weeks. We do a lot of shows on immunity. If you go to the show schedule at letstalknutrition.com, look at the menu there, if you will, if you want to call it that. Give the date, the guest, the topic, and you'll find lots of shows there, cold and flu, immunity, anything related. My guest, Dr. Kate Blue, probably has a few recommendations. Dr. Kate, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. You're an international traveler. I mean, you live up there in British Columbia. If you were sitting in a terminal and 100 people or more sitting around you, and you're going to get on a plane with them that are showing visible signs and of being really sick, what would you do?
It's such a tough call because I can picture sitting there and thinking, what is going on here? I can't possibly expose myself to this. And yet at the same time, you can also imagine, you're in Dubai. The next flight to wherever you're going may not be for a day or two. Then what do you do? Where do you go? And can you even cancel your flight at that point? It's almost, you're between a rock and a hard place. And yet, it's stunning that we don't have essentially international public health measures for this kind of thing. You think we would have learned our lesson from SARS back in the day.
Yeah.
That spread worldwide on a flight. It was just one person who was sick. The 5 people in the elevator picked that up and got on flights to various parts of the world, including Toronto, and it spread that around the globe. And yet, when with such obvious forms of illness that somebody wouldn't take precautions or step in, but maybe we just need some guidelines around that.
Good point. Those are good points that you make. Now that you say it, I do remember the SARS episode. We see these kinds of events in movies where you have terrorists, contaminating a population with these virulent, deadly microbes and whatnot. That occurred to me yesterday too, and I didn't want to say it on the air because I didn't want to alarm anybody, but that was a thought that I had too, that it was some sort of terrorist act, that they let loose on the plane some virus.
It doesn't seem far-fetched, given what we've heard in the news about, poisonings and absolutely these kinds of biological agents. I mean, not to make anybody paranoid again, but I think that those are not out of the realm of possibility.
I know. It's just crazy. So, how are you anyhow?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I always ask you where you are because I know you're on the move. How long have you been in that witness protection program? They don't have that in Canada. Maybe they do. Where are you today?
We're in the same time zone today. I'm in the Eastern office near Toronto. And I hope I don't sound I have a big echo because I'm literally on the move. I'm moving house, and my office is empty today. So if it sounds like I'm in a big empty room, it's because I am.
Oh, you're moving your office, or are you moving your house, or what?
Moving the house and the home office, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's fun to move, right? Ooh.
So much fun to move.
I hate it. I just moved a few weeks ago into a new home, and my goodness. I'm still boxes everywhere. I don't know. Good luck with that. And I saw in your notes that you wanted to talk about inflammation. And there's how could somebody put inflammation and mood in the same sentence and then make sense? Explain that.
Well, that's a great question. I realize that we've spoken about inflammation on a number of occasions, and yet we've never really spoken about inflammation and mood. And yes, exactly, you might think, well, why would you? And in fact, there's a really important connection between inflammation and mood. And it turns out that many states of low mood in particular, depression for example, are related to inflammation in the body. Any kind of inflammation can create inflammatory compounds that can affect our mood, and inflammation, itself, just those inflammatory compounds, whether you're in pain or not, can be affecting the brain and the whole body in a way that can affect our mood. And it's an aspect of mood management that is often overlooked or underappreciated.
So, in other words, we got inflamed moods?
Yeah, there is such a thing as neuroinflammation.
Inflamed moods.
Can affect our moods. Yep, that's it.
So there's an article, and the title of the piece, it was a review piece, and it was published, and it was entitled "Inflamed Moods: A Review of the Interactions Between Inflammation and Mood Disorders." Wow, that was published. That was published in 2014, and you mentioned these molecules or cells that cause this issue. They mentioned cytokines, monoamines, the HPA axis and microglial cells, they said, are involved, and so on. So I suspect this can get a little complicated, I suspect.
And the best way to think about it is for anybody who's ever had the flu is a classic example. You get the flu, and typically your mood goes down. We get what's called malaise. You don't feel well, and your mood isn't good, and you just kind of want to sit around.
And here I thought it was something else. Okay, we'll be right back.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends: Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension. Exclusively available on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Pretty clear to a lot of people. They know that inflammation can cause pain in their joints. If you have some sort of autoimmune disease, like one category, of course, would be arthritis, many forms of arthritis, but if you had osteoarthritis, you know that you got inflammation, it's painful, you get an injury, inflammation sets in, it's painful. People get that. Well, inflammation also can have an effect on your mood and mood changes. Dr. Kate Blue is my guest today, and she wanted to talk about that. That's an interesting connection, inflammation and mood, inflamed moods. Okay, this is a good idea. Dr. Kate, welcome back. We were headed into those messages, and I didn't be rude. I had to cut you off. So if you want to finish your thought or pick up where you left off, please do.
Quite all right. It's, it is an interesting connection, and relatively recent, as you mentioned, this review paper in 2014. We're just starting to appreciate this connection between inflammation and mood. And so the key point here is for anybody who is suffering with low mood in particular, or, depression, for example, and you haven't considered the inflammatory side of things or how inflammation may be impacting that, it's really worth considering. I gave the classic example before of if you get the flu. Everybody's had the flu and you feel pretty bad. Your mood generally isn't good when you have the flu. And that's because the body is releasing, in response to this infection that it's fighting, compounds, cytokines we mentioned before, and other ones that will cause what's called sickness behavior. Essentially, so you don't move around too much, you just sort of want to do not a lot, which helps the body heal. This can also happen even if what we're suffering from is not a virus, other conditions, or even sometimes these compounds will just arise on their own for a number of reasons. There's always a reason. But the point is that by dealing with the inflammatory components, the inflammatory compounds, the cytokines and other ones, we can help improve mood. And there are a number of studies looking at natural anti-inflammatories like Theracuramin, like omega-3s, that have benefits for mood.
Now, there have been experiments with animals and as well as humans, you look and you'll see some rodent studies where they'll take the rodents and they'll inject them with inflammatory cytokines. And then they'll notice that the rodents, even in rodents, they begin to behave in ways that are anomalous. They display or present with these depression-like behaviors. I don't know how depressed rodent looks, but apparently these researchers do. Similarly, in humans, they have done experiments. I found this one study. It was published back in 2009. It was, and I don't know how they were able to do this study, and it was a double-blind, randomized crossover trial study, and it had 16 male volunteers received typhoid vaccination, or saline was the placebo, injections in 2 experimental sessions. And then they studied them, examined them in terms of what they exhibited non-verbally, and then, of course, they took blood sample neurobiologically. They focused on that. They took blood samples, and inflammation-associated mood deterioration occurred in the individuals that were injected with the typhoid. I don't know how they got away with doing that. I mean, that sounds like an odd experiment. I don't understand it completely in terms of what they were injecting with. But anyway, studies support what Dr. Kate is talking about. There's a whole line of work here. We haven't talked about it much on this show. So what is one to do about this?
Well, there's 2 key messages here, is that if you know you're suffering with inflammation because you have a painful condition, for example, or something else that you're aware of that you know involves inflammation, then you want to take steps to protect your mood and your brain, because we know that these inflammatory components can impair neuroplasticity, can lead to structural and functional changes in the brain, which affects mood. And on the flip side, if it's just your mood that feels like it's the problem, and just low mood, just say depression, for example, and nothing else that you're aware of that's physical, you want to address the inflammation aspect of that. And so there are natural ways to do this. Theracuramin is a fantastic one. Omega-3s are also extremely important. And these 2 together have been, are very useful clinically. I see their usefulness together. And then, of course, there are studies on each of them separately in terms of addressing inflammation.
You heard Dr. Kate use a term, neuroplasticity. In case you're wondering what that means, that's your brain's ability to form and recognize the you have synapses, those synaptic connections, between neurons, how the neurons get connected in response to learning or experience or following an injury. So neuroplasticity, ability to learn, to recognize things that are going on in the brain. It's important to have neuroplasticity. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. You mentioned Theracuramin by Natural Factors, and that is a curcumin, and that particular product has a high bioavailability quotient, doesn't it?
That's right, and that's the key when it comes to curcumin. There's lots of curcumin on the market. We've heard lots of buzz around curcumin for good reason, but there are a lot of curcumin products that are simply ineffective, or even just, sprinkling turmeric on your food or taking turmeric tea, which is often recommended. We know we just simply don't absorb very much curcumin from that, very, very little, in fact. And so the increased bioavailability is key, and that's where the Theracuramin really shines.
Let me ask you, in Indian culture, in Indian cuisine, curcumin is used a lot in cooking. It's often said, well, this has been that's one of the reasons why in that country it contributes to health and people are. Is that true? I mean, what you said, when you expose it to cooking, to heat and whatnot, I mean, you have to. Somebody has to explain that to me. Does it really in cooking? Does it really confer a medicinal benefit?
There will be some benefits, of course. It's an antioxidant, even at low levels. You will have that. People are cooking with this. You're right, and having it every day, and sometime every meal every day. In that culture, absolutely, but not to the levels that we're talking about when we're looking at these, strong anti-inflammatories. The clinical trials that are being conducted are using levels of the curcumin much, much higher than would be obtained through diet. So we're looking at different effects.
Okay. All right. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. K is going to come back in for the second portion of the show. We're making this connection between inflammation and your moods. Well, we noticed that when people are sick, sometimes they do start to behave differently. They can even act erratically and whatnot. The reasons for that, well, inflammation may be implicated in some of that.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Dr. Kate Rowan Blue is my guest. Dr. Kate is a regular featured guest on Let's Talk Nutrition, educator for natural factors, and we're always delighted when she's on the show. And we've been talking with her. She wanted to put a little bit of a spotlight on the connection between inflammation and mood, inflamed moods. This is an interesting concept. We know that inflammation can cause pain, physical pain. Well, it might contribute to psychological discomfort as well, depression, perhaps anxiety. We see people when they are ill, we can observe that their behavior can change. I have witnessed it myself. I saw it in myself. I've seen it in others. I'm sure you have as well. When you're a caregiver, for example, you notice sometimes the person, the way they behave is typically not typical often. We generally say, well, they're sick, when people are sick. Well, okay, more specifically, what do you mean they're sick? They're not feeling well. Well, why aren't they feeling well? Could be for a lot of reasons. They are in discomfort due to inflammation, physical discomfort, psycho-emotional discomfort. And there is a body of work that makes this connection between inflammation and mood. And they look at some serious psychological diseases, clinical depression, schizophrenia. When you look at the work, there's some serious work there. Now, for our purposes, on the show, and for probably most people listening and watching the show, we're not into that realm. We're probably talking about being depressed, perhaps, maybe getting anxious, and it's chemicals. Again, chemicals. These molecules get released, like cytokines and other immune-related molecules, cells, and people start to behave differently. We forget that. It is biology. We are biological creatures. And somehow when we're thinking about how we think and how we feel, when we're trying to describe our feelings, these feelings are driven chemically. Our feelings, our emotions. Can't separate that. Sometimes people want to do that. They separate out, or they disassociate the chemical part of our biology and how we behave and how we think and feel. And you just can't. So this is a relevant topic, and we're happy to share this with you and give you another way to think about your health, your wellness, your well-being, how you're feeling. How do you feel? Dr. Kate is an educator for natural factors, turns out. And Dr. Kate, welcome back to the show. So here we are now, inflamed moods and all. Yeah. You mentioned some dietary supplements, Theracurmin. You mentioned omega-3 fatty acids, for example. Anything that will moderate the inflammation, right? Is that what you were suggesting?
That's right. And there are specific studies to back that up. There are a couple of studies on curcumin and mood, and there was one curcumin and mood showing antidepressant action for curcumin. It's pretty fascinating. A couple of clinical trials, and there was one published earlier this year about Theracurmin, and it was targeted at or looking at Alzheimer's prevention was sort of the main goal in the study. However, it absolutely showed that individuals taking Theracurmin on a daily basis over 18 months, this was considered to be a long-term trial, the 18 months, also had improvements in mood. So they were less depressed, better mood overall. And this is something, as I've said, I've seen in practice, and yet it can make a significant difference.
877-897-8255 put you in touch with Dr. Kate. So Theracurmin is being studied in clinical trials then?
Oh, very much so, yes. As a matter of fact, it has the most published clinical trials of any form, any brand of curcumin on the market.
I really wonder how many brands are out there, how many different products of it's so the natural products industry is, they don't have anything over the fashion industry, boy, in terms of trends. In and out, things come into fashion, in vogue and out of vogue. Curcumin's been now, how many years now do you think there's been this trend of curcumin, a lot of attention to curcumin? It's been several years now, right?
I would say it's been growing over the last decade, but it's really the last 5 years.
That's what I was, I was going to say the same thing, 5 years. And you have companies that will exploit that and will, and their product doesn't have the both in terms of raw material and in terms of its bioavailability are really not up to par. But people buy them because the price is cheap.
That's right. There's been so much research and interest and information around curcumin that everybody, of course, has gotten on the bandwagon, but that doesn't mean that every product is the same. And there are, there's an issue with absorption when it comes to curcumin, and that ultimately makes the difference. And it is impossible to tell from looking at a label, usually, what the difference is in absorption. You can't judge it based on price. a more expensive product isn't necessarily one that's going to be better absorbed. So it can be difficult for the consumer, for the supplement shopper, to understand, what is what and what they're really getting when it comes to curcumin.
I've traveled a bit, not a lot compared to some of my colleagues. And you travel around the world, and if you go to New York, for example, in Manhattan, you might be walking down the street, and then you see this guy standing there, and he's got a bunch of Rolex watches. And you go up, and he's selling these supposedly Rolex watches at this, very cheap price. It's a Rolex. No, it's not. It's a knockoff of a Rolex. It's not a Rolex. It looks like a Rolex, feels like a Rolex, but it's not a Rolex. And so what you have is a knockoff. And I often say that there are these knockoff supplements. That's also the case in the fashion industry, where you'll have a designer dress and then you get knockoffs on that designer dress or suit or whatever. We have knockoff supplements. I'm not a fan.
It's a great analogy. And you might argue, well, with a knockoff dress, it looks just like the original, so what? But with a supplement, when you're taking it internally and you're not getting the benefits that you wanted to or that you're paying for, there's a big difference there.
What about absorption?
Well, that's really exactly what it boils down to with curcumin. So it really comes to absorption. Curcumin is a molecule that is sort of large and not well absorbed just due to a number of properties, and it has to be changed in some way, and there's a few ways to do this, but it has to be changed in some way to increase that absorption. Otherwise, you're really not utilizing it.
Yeah. There are two things about supplements. First, you got to take them so that they work. And secondly, they have to work if you're going to take them. Once you take them, it's not just taking them; they have to work when you take them, and oftentimes they don't. And we try to talk about that on the show. And you hear me say it. I make people mad when I say it. Dietary supplements are highly overrated for a lot of different reasons. I've explained that point of view before. I'll give you a little bit of that when we come back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. They must be doing some sort of simulation of Antarctica around here. Mother of God, it's freezing in this building. And these guys say, no, it's not, Doc. You have low iron. Get out of here.
It has to be low iron. I'm fine, but I'm wearing jeans though and a thick shirt.
Oh my God, I got 2 shirts on. I had to go. I went and put a Stephen has his jacket on.
Does he have pants on today though? I mean,
it's none of your business, Gary.
I mean, shorts already.
Yeah, well, just for some inside radio, we've got tons of equipment in here, and so that they have to keep the rooms, especially the studios and the control rooms, icy cold because of all that heat that the equipment gives off. So
I get it.
I agree with Doc. It's chilly.
It is chilly, man.
You do have low iron.
Dr. Kate doesn't have low iron. She's got too much energy. Well, Dr. Kate, welcome back. That notion of, I often say, and I know I make people mad when I say it. I don't care. Dietary supplements are overrated. What I mean by that, and to my point about, and your point about curcumin, they become overrated when they start to replace sound dietary and lifestyle principles and practices. When people start to think that I can take a dietary supplement and continue to commit certain diet and lifestyle violations or sins, as I call them. And, it's going to bring everything back to equal. No, it won't. And when you think of supplements that way, that's what I mean. They're overrated, and that they're going to cure disease, and they're going to make make people walk, rise up out of wheelchairs. And no, man, they don't do those kinds of things. And it's better to take that position than to oversell it, overrate it, and then people get disappointed and they get mad and you get discredited. So that's what I mean when I say they're overrated. As you well know, I'm a great practitioner and believer in dietary supplements, and we talk more about supplements on the show than I have since. So that's what I mean by they're overrated. I don't know what you think about that.
I agree completely. They're a great part of a healthy lifestyle, but they won't compensate for an unhealthy lifestyle.
No, they won't.
may help, bridge the gap on a busy day that your diet's not as good as you would have liked it to be, or you're under an unusual amount of stress. Sure, that all happens to us from time to time, but they can really only go so far, in buffering that if it's just an ongoing situation.
Yeah, and you take curcumin, for example. As you so keenly pointed out, there are a lot of products out there, but they don't get absorbed. The curcumin products, they don't get absorbed because the molecule, it's a big molecule. It's hard to absorb chemically, and so companies have had to figure out how to find delivery systems so that the molecule can get escorted into the cell, get inside, be absorbed, and actually do what it needs to do to moderate the inflammation or whatever you're trying to do. And when you don't have products that can do that, then you're overrating for sure what that product can do, because it can't do anything of any consequence.
And I bet you there are lots of listeners right now who are thinking, oh yeah, curcumin, make it better absorbed, black pepper. And
well, what about that?
Well, this is something that just seems like anybody who knows anything, or even who knows nothing about curcumin, that is the one thing they have heard. And this is based on, and I finally had to dig into this to find out, where does this come from? It was based on this one little study done back, I think it was 1989, looking at, researchers are realizing that curcumin was difficult to absorb, looking at ways to improve that absorption. And they did a study of about 10 people, giving them standard curcumin and seeing that even with very, very large amounts, blood levels didn't change. People weren't absorbing it. And so they gave them then curcumin and black pepper. And they showed that blood levels went from pretty much undetectable to just barely detectable. Blood levels went from basically 0 to 0.1 or something like that. And this was then reported as something like a 400% or even 1,000% increase in the absorption of curcumin. But it was essentially 1,000% increase of nothing. So when you do 1,000% increase of nothing, you've still basically got nothing. And the blood levels didn't change. I think, again, they went from detectable to, I think the max blood level was like 0.4 nanograms, maybe if you're lucky, 1 nanogram per mil. And when you look at, for example, to compare ferrocurcumin with one, regular strength capsule, you can quickly get up to 25 and then 50 nanograms per mil. I mean, you just can't compare. And yet this concept of curcumin and black pepper, that is the solution, based on this one small study that was really misinterpreted. It's just everybody seems to have heard this information.
Yeah.
That's the lowdown about that.
Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I listened intently as you laid that out, and they're right now. I mean, somewhere, some talk show. I'll bet you $1 that somebody talking about curcumin, black pepper, and they're pushing some product. No, man. That's why we like around here. It is an evidence-based nutrition, evidence-based medicine, evidence-based broadcasting. It's harder to do, but it's better to do in the end. That's why guests such as Dr. Kate Blue is on the show to educate, and you can educate people if you can educate them about in the wrong way about wrong things. We try to avoid both of those. We'll come back. We'll talk some more inflammation and moods, inflamed moods. There is such a concept, and we'll unpack it a little further. LTN, coast to coast and globally.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce
Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. When you talk to people about their health and when they're not feeling well, what is the question that is asked? How do you feel? And certainly you can do blood tests, you can do all kind of clinical testing and evaluation on a patient. But ultimately it's how how do you feel? And to ask the patient that question. And how you feel, they can respond, well, physically I feel, and they can describe that. I'm in pain, or they say, well, how do you feel emotionally? Well, I'm depressed, or I'm anxious, so your feelings count. Feelings count. Your emotions count, and they're affected by many. There are many variables that can affect how you feel, and it turns out that inflammation is a mood changer. It does affect how you feel. And that's what Dr. Kate is talking about today. Kate Rowan Blue, educator for Natural Factors. Dr. Kate, welcome back. So we can do Theracuramin. And what is the recommended dose, for example, with Theracuramin from Natural Factors?
Well, it depends on the condition that you're looking at. For mood, I have seen improvements with the double strength formula. That's a 60 milligram capsule, one twice a day. Clinical trials will use that one 3 times a day. And that is also a dose that I would recommend for painful conditions. So any kind of itis, things that are causing you pain and discomfort, that double strength formula, 2 to 3 caps a day, depending on the condition. That's a common dose there. If it's just for general health maintenance, you just want to benefit from the antioxidant, still some anti-inflammatory action, and the other aspects of curcumin, like it will help detoxify, for example, then the regular strength capsule, for general health maintenance, 1 to 2 of those per day is a great dose.
877-897-8255 will put you in touch with Dr. Kate Rowan Blue. And one of the things I notice about Theracuramin, if you take the capsule, grab my bag, and you open it up and put it into solution, whatever it might be, water, aloe vera, you'll get that. Holding up my container. That's aloe vera with Theracuramin in it. And I put 2 or 3 capsules into the aloe vera. This is a country, Natural Factors doesn't make aloe vera, right?
No, that's right, but I love that combination.
So what I'm using is Country Life's aloe vera, their Aloe Plus. That is from the, it's not whole leaf, it's from the fillet. That is one of my favorite aloe vera products. And I don't think Natural Factors would be mad at me for mentioning it, but I use it in combination with the Theracuramin, and I put those two together. And it helps with my inflammation. And it's a sort of a prevention practice of mine that I do every day, or I try to anyway. If I can get every other day, I'm doing good. But that's what I do. Yeah.
Well, I love that combination. And speaking of opening the capsules, normally you would just take the capsules and swallow them with water, but you can open them and put them into solution, typically water, and use that as a mouth rinse. And this has been shown, there's a couple of published clinical trials, to show that this is effective against periodontitis, a gum disease. Really effective.
So if you use it as a rinse, you would you would swish it around your mouth and then spit it out, right?
You could do either. You know, of course, if you swallow it, then you'll get the systemic effects of the Theracurmin, and that's beneficial as well. Or if you'd prefer to spit it out, that's fine. And surprisingly, it's a tooth whitener. You wouldn't expect that, but it does not yellow your teeth, even though it's brightly colored.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color, as you can see as I hold it to the camera. It's beautiful, yellow, and yeah, it's. I just find it, and it does work with inflammation. That I know. That's anecdotal. I can tell by how my hands feel, how I generally feel. It's a wonderful product. I've used it for a long time. You have it in extra strength too.
Yeah, there's the regular strength is a 30 milligram capsules that I think are great for general health maintenance, 1 or 2 per day, and then there's the double strength is the 60 milligram. And again, this sounds low. 60 milligrams may sound not much when you look out there and you'll see curcumin products that have 500 milligrams per capsule or 1,000. You think, well, there's so much more. Why not? And it's cheaper. Why wouldn't I buy that? But again, it doesn't mean that you're absorbing it. With those ones, the unprocessed forms of curcumin, even at 500 milligrams per capsule, it's well established you're not absorbing that.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Kate, do you want me to use your... Which last name do you want me to use? Blue? Rowan Blue?
Well, that's why I just usually go by Dr. Kate, because Rayon Blue is such a mouthful.
So it's still Rayon Blue, right?
It actually, I've simplified to Rayon.
Oh, okay. I thought it was blue. We're showing an image of you. You have a blue top on. So it's Dr. Rayon?
Yeah, Dr. Rayon, Dr. Kate, either way.
Okay. All right. I don't want to get you mad at me calling you by the wrong name. You're not going to go to Baltimore. I always ask you if you're going to go. You never go to these things.
And I'm so busy. I'm actually, for the next 2 weeks, I'm doing a cross-Canada tour, speaking in 4 different cities.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's keeping me busy.
What are you going to talk about?
I am going to be speaking about women's heart health, bone health, the truth about calcium. Do you really need it? How much?
Well, what is the truth about calcium?
That to be honest, calcium supplements are overrated, and we don't need as much calcium as we think we do. It's easier to get in our diet, and the more important is what helps us absorb it and get it to the right places, which is vitamin K2, so important there. Vitamin D helps us absorb it. K2 directs it into our bones and away from our arteries, as well as the role of magnesium. Of course, as you know, we need magnesium to balance out our calcium. There's been so much focus on calcium and not enough on any of those other nutrients that really keep the calcium in its place.
Yeah. Who will be the audiences?
The audiences will be largely women. This is actually part of a tour, a nationwide tour for women's health. So there'll be 3 speakers in each city, one-night events.
Okay. Well, see, Dr. Kate's busy. I told you she's on the move all the time.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Here's the LTN health question of the day. I did not give the answer earlier, so this is one of those unusual times. 99% of the time, I already gave you the answer. But here's the question. We've been talking about curcumin or curcumin, depending on what part of the world you come from. Is known for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, no doubt. But the question is this. Curcumin is the most active constituent of A, oregano, B, turmeric, C, basil, or D, cinnamon. Curcumin is the most active constituent of oregano, turmeric, basil, or cinnamon. If you have the right answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Dr. Kate, welcome back. So you'll be on tour. Will you have occasion to talk about mood?
Oh, yes. When we are discussing women's health, mood always comes up.
Why is that?
I won't say that women are more prone. Well, it depends. More prone to fluctuations in mood. Certainly, we know that there's an epidemic of anxiety that seems to be affecting women, maybe a little bit more than men. That's a big focus of late, and it has been a concern for many years. And so, always when we're talking about women's health, mood comes up.
How many days you going to be out?
About 2 weeks.
Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's a long time.
It's a busy one.
Yeah. Well, good. Well,
I'll do a week stretch, then come home on the weekend, spend some time with the family, and then be back out on the road for a few days the following week.
Wow. You're working.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Let's go to Pensacola, Florida. That's where we are, for sure. Sharu, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Great to be on. Thank you, Dr. Garko.
Oh,
Good morning.
it's nice to hear your voice. You used to live in Tampa Bay area. Now you're in Pensacola, and we broadcast there. Are we in Pensacola?
We do have the hurricanes in common.
We have hurricanes in common. We do. How is your family?
Wonderful, Doctor. Thank you.
I'm glad. Very good. You have a lovely family. Give my respects to your husband, please. He's a nice man. So, curcumin is the active ingredient, most active constituent, found in oregano, turmeric, basil, or cinnamon.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. You know a little bit about curcumin, given your cultural, ethnic background, yes?
That's right. It's near and dear to my heart, and I loved. I just happened to see on Facebook the color of your drink. I love it, Dr. Garko.
You see that? Boy, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yes, I do. I do have a tendency of sprinkling it in pretty much everything now, even in brownies.
So you've been consuming curcumin since you were a child, I would presume.
That's right. Yeah, we do have used it for centuries, and it's like a pinch of it and everything. And I have seen it work even as a poultice when you apply it externally on heat boils and rashes.
No kidding.
And other things also. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been part of Indian culture probably for hundreds, if not thousands, of years.
That's right.
Well,
turmeric and ginger as well.
Ginger. Yeah. Turmeric. I got to be careful with ginger. I can only do a little bit, man. It really, even ginger tea, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to watch. I just have to watch.
It's very potent. I mean, I guess a little bit goes a long way with those things, for sure.
Well, it's very nice to hear your voice. Thank you so much for listening and calling into the show. Congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card. Really,
That's great. I can shop for my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Garko.
So much.
I do miss live shows that in Tampa Bay. You know, I do miss Tampa Bay.
Well, we miss you.
So.
We miss you. You take care of yourself and call again, please.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we're connected. A lot of people have listened to this show for years, some daily, almost every day. I mean, it's amazing. It's very humbling. She and her family are wonderful people. I've known them. I met them I did an appearance here and there. I used to do a lot of appearances. But since we've been syndicated, I can't get out of studio. We got to broadcast from studio. It's hard to do the appearances and broadcast. But anyway, Dr. Kate, welcome back. I'm really glad that you talked about this today, that making this connection between inflammation and it's very complicated. I found a number of studies. I found a 2018 study that really it's so complicated. I could read the results section. Just let me give the audience a flavor of what goes on in the literature. This is from the results section of this 2018 study connecting inflammation and mood. Inflammation was consistently found to affect basal ganglia and cortical reward and motor circuits to drive reduced motivation and motor activity, as well as anxiety-related brain regions, including the amygdala, insula, and anterior cingulate cortex, which may result from cytokine effects on monoamines and glutamate. Similar relationships between inflammation and altered neurocircuitry have been observed in patients suffering from depression with increased peripheral inflammation markers. Such work is on the horizon for anxiety disorders and PTSD, close quote. Translation? There is a connection between inflammation and mood. That's what the literature is like. So that's why we don't talk like that on this show, because you would turn me off. Dr. Kate, I wish you good luck on your tour for 2 weeks. I know that they'll love you. You're a hit, and you do great work, and we appreciate your service to others.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, you take care. And someday we'll get to meet you in person. I look forward to the moment.
Me too.
Take care of yourself. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. We'll do this again. You know, repetition. Just don't get it right the first time. Keep going. We'll see you tomorrow. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. And we do think about and care about you. I may not know every one of you, but when I think of the audience, I think of you out there, whoever you may be. And we do care about you, everybody involved with this show. That's why we do it. We do it for you. See you tomorrow.